Yo, yo, yo. Just seeing if this is live, just doing another test run. Yes, Fizzy, what you saying, my bro? You good? What do you think of the Szobaszlai news, man? Five-year contract. Well, he's about to sign one. Literally just thought I'd just log on, man, do another test run for the live stream. I need to start doing it more regularly, man. I think I've left it a little too late in the day, though, man. Let me just tweet it out. Yeah, I fully agree, bro. Listen, everyone knows, man, with me, like I've been a bit harsh on him. Like I'm a harsh critic for Szobaszlai, but there's no way I was happy for him to leave on a free. And you know what it is? If you can't upgrade on him, like, he's a good player in it. Like I think, like Asim said on his stream earlier, he's a brilliant facilitator for the team. Like you need these players. I think he could do more on the ball, 100%. But there's room, man. And you know what? I think Iraola could get the best out of him as well. So let's see how it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. But you know, it was our best player last year, and I just don't want to lose him on a free. Like I'm sick of Liverpool losing players on a free. You know, we do it way too often. Like way too often, man. What do you think about this Barcola stuff, then, man? Apparently, Arsenal have agreed a fee with that winger. So I wouldn't be surprised if that just gives us a free run at Barcola now. I don't think really Arsenal were in for him anyway, to be honest. I always thought that they would go for Rodgers for the left. Yeah, I think he's going to start in the pivot, man. I don't want to see him at right back. I don't want to see him at right wing. I think he can do a job there, but it's those kind of. I think it should only be a one-off, in my opinion. I don't want to see it regularly, but you know, a lot of people don't think he can do the role in the pivot, but I think it's a good opportunity now for him to just play in one position, you know, rather than, you know, constantly moving around, and, you know, hopefully he just makes that position his own. But we'll see, man. I think he's, you know what, he's got levels to go through yet. So fingers crossed, man. But yeah, I got a feeling the Barcola thing might speed up a little bit now. What they're going to play the third place playoff on Saturday, I think it is. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it speeds up next week. I think we'll start to hear something. I think we'll see something on the Barcola front next week. It seems like dominoes are falling into place in the sense of, you know, Villa are making signings. Obviously, they've had a few injuries. Yeah, so Villa have what that Swiss player they've signed or agreed a fee. Looks like they're getting João Gomez. So listen, they're moving well. They're moving well, and it looks like they're going to get some money coming in from somewhere. And I'm sure there's another player that they're looking at. So I can see it happening, man. I can see it happening. I think the Barcola signing has got something to do with if they get Rodgers. But I think we're favourites anyway. I know a lot of people think that we'll go for that Arsenal probably front runners, blah blah blah. But listen, I think we're favourites. We've done more work than them. So I'm not too worried. I know a lot of people are worried about Arsenal swooping in and taking him. Nah, Steve. Yes, that's what you're saying. Steve, you good, bro? He ain't signed. He ain't signed the contract, man. But Fabrizio's tweeted it. Fabrizio, listen, he's not gonna put. He's very rarely wrong. You know, every now and then he is, of course, but he's gonna sign the contract, man. He's gonna sign it. You know, pretty much all the reliable journals have come out and said it. The only one that hasn't said anything right now is Joyce. Banter FC can sign Rodgers. Yeah, man. That's their priority target, isn't it? So I can't see why we don't get Barcola, if I'm being honest with you. I know a lot of people are getting paranoid, but there's no reason. It's a bit of patience. Listen, France were expected to go far in the World Cup. Obviously, they got knocked out in the semis. So there's still a very, very good chance that, you know, Arsenal come in for him. But who's to say that they're actually going to get him? You know, we've actually got a position for him to play. You know, we wanted him last season. So I think it's a matter of time. Yeah, you're making a good point. You're making a good point there about Konate. But I think too many people have come out to say it. That he's basically agreed it in principle. It's not with Konate, there was gaps in what people were saying, whereas it seems pretty accurate, pretty concise. So we'll see, man. Yes, my bro. Hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. Slow progress, doing another trial run on live, man. Slowly. I enjoyed it yesterday, man. So I had about half an hour to kill, so I thought I'd just jump on for a bit. Our starting 11 needs quality. Yeah, I completely agree, bro. But now I'm looking at, you know, this potential news, you know, about Szobaszlai. I just don't see us getting a DM unless Curtis Jones leaves now or if McAllister leaves. You know, I was really optimistic at the start of the summer, saying that I think we're gonna, you know, we'll do a lot of business, but I think midfield wise, I just don't see us doing anything, man. Unless Jones leaves, unless McAllister leaves. Right back, we're crying out for one. Like, I don't think Frimpong or Bradley can be relied upon. In my opinion, I think they're decent players, but it's a big call, man, to go into the season with just them two. But hopefully we pull one out of nowhere. You know, it could be Spence. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about signing Spence? How much do you think he'd be available for? Yes, bro. Hope you're good, man. Steve, you're gonna have to come to Wolves, bro, with your Ferrari. So it's you know, I believe you're gonna get it. But listen, of course, it's only in principle, but I think we'll hear something within the next couple of days that it's official that he signed the contract. You know, apparently his representatives are literally flying into Liverpool to kind of be there for the contracts signing, essentially. So I think it's a matter of time. I don't think this one's one that's going to fall through. If it does, man, sell him. Like I've said before, I don't want to lose him on a free. I just don't think Liverpool can keep doing that. Onana's out with ACL for Villa. Yeah, 100%, man. Like, and I feel like a lot of these clubs are moving quick. You know, to be fair to United, Ederson fell through and they pivoted straight to Tielemans. And you know, Villa are moving well, man. And I think the money's probably coming from somewhere. You know, that we know they've had problems with PSR and stuff over the last couple of years. So, you know, either that they've, you know, saved their money and they're spending it, or they know that they're going to get, you know, 100 plus for Rodgers and they're using that money before. I think me and Cheen spoke about this last week about, do we think that clubs sometimes agree things before and then they kind of allow each other a grace period to find the replacement? Obviously people are talking about Adam Morton, and it's just like, do you think Liverpool are allowing Palace to just go and make a few signings and then we agree a fee? Because obviously if Palace receive 70 million, 80 million for Wharton, you know, a lot of clubs are going to hold him to ransom. Yeah, I fully agree, bro. And you know what, the timing could be right, man. Who knows if Barcola just stays in the US for a couple of days, man, because obviously Liverpool fly out for pre-season next week. So who knows, strange things have happened. You know, maybe he just come back to France and just goes back on a plane to the US and signs that contract. But we'll see, man. I think we get movement next week. There's no excuses now. Like, listen, the World Cup. I think I've actually enjoyed the World Cup. I don't know about you guys. The only thing I didn't like was the timings, because there was games on at like 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. or whatever it was. But I think things pick up next week. I think you're right, bro. She brought a FSG staff struggle to renew existing players' contract. We got signed for season start. Yeah, man. I'm sick of longing things out, especially when it comes to these contracts. Liverpool make everything look longer than it needs to be. It's like it took some mad scientific experiment to get these contracts done. Like, Liverpool make everything look so difficult, and it's like they want to give themselves a pat on the back when when they actually achieve it. And yeah, you're right, bro, Steve. United moved rapid when it came to getting Tielemans over the line. The Ederson thing fell through, and they just pivoted straight. They got Santos in. I don't know much about this Santos guy, by the way, other than he plays for Chelsea. But from what I'm hearing, it's not a bad signing. But who knows, man? Spurs are winning the transfer window at the moment. If we're being honest, they're actually they're moving crazy. Fernandes and Tonali is a very, very good midfield. Whether they Spurs it up next year, it's a different story. But I think De Zerbi's he's a good coach, man, and I think he could get the best out of that team, especially with a couple more recruitments. Maybe even Gakpo. I think Gakpo might suit his system. Yeah, bro, I managed it, man. After I jumped off live yesterday, I was like, I need to figure this out. So I'm just using a different software at the moment. It's not bad, but I want to use. There's another one that I prefer. But yeah, we're getting there, bro. We're getting there. So this is all trial runs. Spurs going to cut this season, finish above Banter FC. Yeah, man. I hope they finish above Arsenal. Listen, everyone thinks Arsenal are going to retain the league, don't they? I don't think it's that easy. Arsenal have to score more goals from open play this season. It's simple as. They can't rely on corners. We know the refs are going to be more strict on, the grappling in the box this season. So Arsenal have to score more open play goals. Otherwise, they're not going to win the league. Someone did an article or a video about it works out to about a point. A goal is worth about a point. So they kind of got away with it last season, man. Obviously, they played well. They beat everyone who was, whoever was in front of them. But I don't see them going back to back, man. I hope not, anyway. Realistically, who do you guys think gets top 4 this season? Not in order, just who's your top 4 this season? Yeah, bro. I'm honestly, man. And it sounds a bit cheesy. I think Iraola could be the signing of the summer for us, man. I think his coaching with what we've already got, and if we just get him a few more additions, man. I'm not saying he's going to win the league, but I trust his coaching. He's improved all the players that he worked with at Bournemouth. So I don't see why he can't do it with what we've got. We've got players that are underperforming. All he needs to do is to get them, feeling confident again. Suck the life out of them, man. Pause. But he got them feeling, not confident. And I just want to see confidence in our team again. I want to see intensity in our team again. That was completely lacking last year. And the ground suffered for it as well. Yes, Damien, what you telling me, my bro? You okay? Thanks for joining. Doing another trial run, man. So we're just flowing. There's no agenda. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about Szobaszlai signing his deal. And touched a little bit on Barcola as well. You're not missed too much, man. Top 4: Spurs, City, Chelsea, LFC. LFC win the title. Yes, my guy, man. I love that. I love the confidence. Listen, we should be like this every season, though, man. I'm like that. I think there's no reason why we shouldn't. There's no reason why we shouldn't be winning the title. Ben, yes, what you telling me, my brother? Are you okay? Is this just broken now? Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, we can't afford to lose Alisson. Okay, he doesn't stay fit for the whole season, but he's too experienced to let go. if there's one position I don't want any change in this season, it's goalkeeper. Like I'm cool. I'm cool for changes everywhere else. We've got new coaching, but I think with the goalkeeper position, we need someone that's reliable, someone that's stable. Yes, he's not going to stay fit for the whole season, but we'll work around that. Hopefully Mamardashvili's confidence builds up again. I don't think he's a bad keeper, but he'll get there, man. And you know what? If he's not doing it by the end of the season, then maybe we got to look elsewhere. But I think it's only fair to give him another season as well. Yes, Samuel, what you telling me, bro? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Thanks for joining, man. We're just doing a trial run on the lives, man. So it's just a lot of the boys that were here yesterday have tuned in as well, man. So we're just flowing. Saw Lynch say we were not signing. Oh, okay. Doesn't surprise me. Zach, what you telling me, bro? Thanks for joining. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Those names were a little bit left field. I think their names were probably. It was probably true that we looked at them, and they had low release clauses and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wasn't excited by them. But I don't think we'll get I don't know what right back we're going to go for. I think Spence could be a very good option, especially if De Zerbi doesn't like him. Yeah, man, I got it sorted, man. I told you I'd get there, man. But yeah, apparently De Zerbi doesn't like Spence. I'll take Spence at Liverpool. What do you guys think? Would you guys take Spence? Listen, he's a good defender. He's okay on the ball. I don't think he's brilliant, but and he can get up and down the pitch. He's rapid. I just want a bit of stability in the back this year, if I'm being honest. Yeah, look who turned up, man. Look who turned up. Estrot tuned in. We're just doing a little trial run, Estrot, man, on live. So we're just seeing how it goes. Cheen's been telling me I need to start doing live streams. So I said, all right, cool, man. Let me just give it a go. But yeah, Spence, what are you guys thinking about Spence, man? The price. Realistically, what do you think the price would be? Do you think you could get him for about 50 million, or do you think it's going to cost more? I think 40 to 50 is fair, if I'm being honest. And yeah, you make a great point, brother. Like left back and right back, like you're probably going to sell. You could sell Simicast knowing that Spence could play both positions. He's not going to play every single game, and obviously we've got Connor Bradley, we've got Frimpong. Whether we think they're good enough or not, they're going to play games at right back, aren't they? If we're being honest. My guy, man, always appreciate you, my bro. Rumours coming out of London, LFC inquired about Gray, Spence. A lot of people like Archie Gray, don't they, man? I know we looked at. Was he from Leeds? Was he a Leeds player? I'm sure we looked at him before he moved to Spurs. And you know what? I can't say I've watched loads of him, but from what I've seen, he looks good. I think he's another one that just needs consistent minutes in a stable team as well. Tottenham haven't been stable for the last 2 years. He's versatile. I think he's played in defence as well, hasn't he? Even though I can never understand why he's played in defence. But he's tidy on the ball, and he's a player. We'd afford him time to grow. Do you think he'd be a Curtis Jones replacement though, or McAllister? What do you guys think is going to happen with McAllister? Would you keep him, or would you cash in if you could? Because I think with our midfield, I think we've got good players. I just don't think we've got the right mix of profiles. I think that's all it comes down to for me. I think we're lacking an out-and-out DM. Like you said, Austin, proper number 6, man. I just don't see us doing it. Unless we sell 1 or 2 players. I agree, bro. Like honestly, I've been calling out for one for the last 2 seasons. If I'm being honest with you, I think we got away with it with Gravenberch. The year we won the league, and he was. I said we got away with it. He actually played well, but it became evident, by the time we got to like Feb and we played that cup final, that he just wasn't a natural there. But we'll see. I just wouldn't be surprised if opening day of the season that it is Szobaszlai, Gravenberch, both in a pivot, and then Florian Wirtz in front of them. But I'm hoping Jones goes in the sense of he doesn't want to be here anymore. Liverpool aren't going to give him a contract, so just get rid, man. You know, but he needs to make his mind up where he wants to go. Obviously, he's got his heart set on Inter. Inter just needs to pay up, and then we can, you know, we can make our moves. We can plan for the future. I don't take too much stock in the whole thing about Liverpool would rather lose him on a free. I think Liverpool is trying to maximise what they can get. So early in the transfer window, I think Inter do come. I don't see Inter walking away over 8 million, if I'm being honest. But we'll see, man. Yeah, there's a lot to move around, man. Yeah, McAllister, bro. Like, I can't see who buys him either. You know, there's rumors about Real Madrid, but do Real Madrid pay 60 million for McAllister? I think that's how much it's going to cost to get him. Obviously, Liverpool will probably be hoping that he wins the World Cup because obviously it's going to maximise his value. I think Liverpool would be happy to shake hands on McAllister going, if I'm completely honest. But it's one of them, man. We will sell a midfielder. I reckon McAllister will gain a lot of interest. Yeah, I completely agree. I think a lot of clubs would want him, but the clubs he wants to go to, obviously, it's going to be a Barcelona, a Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. I think they're the only three that he would probably like to move to. And would they come in for him? I don't know if they got enough money. I think Real Madrid will have the money, but it's how much do they rate him? How's he been getting on, man? Bastoni? I haven't seen much of him recently. Obviously, I watched him in one of their Champions League runs. I think was it last season when they got beat up by PSG. He looked good against that in that Barcelona game, but obviously this was what he's talking 2 seasons ago now, isn't it? I know a few of you guys said that you would still take Camavinga. I think it's a gamble worth taking, especially because of the depth we've actually got in midfield anyway. I think he's a profile that actually fits us. Him and a pivot would be, I think he'd be class. He's got to keep him fit though. Real Madrid rather pay 16 for McAllister. Yeah, maybe you could be right. I think they're like Enzo, probably because he's younger and he's got a better passing range. But we'll see, man. Estra, I think it gets done for 37.5. Yeah, I agree, bro. I completely agree. I think it's a matter of time. You know, he wants to go. Inter want him. I think the club are happy for him to go. I don't think they want to lose another player on a free transfer, like regardless of how low it is. But that's their own fault for not tying him down to a contract. You got to be getting these done, man, when they've got 2 years left, or 2 to 18 months. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, man. Who's this? Who's this? You got exposed for being a weirdo, man. Oh, Bastoni. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, man. Yes, man. What you saying, man? We're doing a trial run, man. Thanks for joining. We're just going through comment. We're just talking to the boys in the chat. See, Chouameni's another one, man. He split so much opinion. I've never seen it with him. I think the best I saw him play was when France played England in the last World Cup. I think it was the quarterfinals. I think that's the best I've ever seen him play. I think other than that, I've not really been too impressed by him, if I'm being honest with you. But I know a lot of people rate him, and I could be wrong. Obviously, Liverpool. I think Liverpool have tried to sign him twice now, and it's just not happened. Because he didn't want to leave Real Madrid. Would I swap Camavinga for Maka? Yeah, I think that's a good swap, mate. I don't see why not. I think we got the depth in midfield in case Camavinga does get injured. It could be a gamble worth taking, but so who would we be left with? Okay, Szobaszlai, Gravenberch, Camavinga. Who else is in that midfield? And I think Endo stays. I just don't see anyone buying him whilst he's injured, to be honest. And you're right, Ben. Camavinga's still young, man. He's only 23. His problem is he's played too many games at 17, and his legs are just done out. But I'm hoping he's got over his injury problems, obviously, because you don't stop growing as a guy, man, until you're about 21 anyway. So it's hopefully he's got over it. Who's this Forbes, man? Is this the one Asim was talking about? I've not seen anything of him. All I've heard is that he's rapid, and apparently he's played for Wolves. I should know if he played for Wolves, and consider I'm from Wolverhampton. Me too, bro. Me too, man. It's been a long few weeks. But honestly, we're so lucky we've had the World Cup on. Because I don't know how we would have coped 4 weeks, man, with no football related news. But we'll see how it goes. Yo, why am I losing signal? Um, yeah, I think next week we get something. If not by the end of the week, I think there's no excuses now. The World Cup's coming to an end. There's only two teams left in. Obviously, two teams have to play the third place playoff. It's just, I think it's a matter of time. I think we're going to get one out of the blue. I think the Barcola one's going to play out publicly. Um, if we can get two out of the blue, I'd be so happy, man. It just means we've got less work to do. Go on, jumping out the whip early. That's jumping out the whip early, man. I rate that. If that comes through tomorrow, I swear, man, I'm jumping on live with the boys. Carlos Force plays for Club Bruges. I need to watch him. There's a few players people have recommended to me, man. That William Gomez, I keep getting DMs about him as well. I need to check him out. I've only watched like one comp. He looks all right. Doesn't look rapid though. He looks like he's good on the ball. I think we have to, Zach. I really do, man. I know we brought in Munoz. I know there's reports coming out about Rio. I think we have to go for a right winger. Who, regardless of whoever it is. Not any. Obviously, it can't just be anyone. It's got to be the right signing. But we have to go for two. I don't think we got enough depth up front. We got Munoz, we got Rio, we got Gakpo, we got Isak, and then we're kind of running low unless you're going to include Wirtz in the forward line, which I'm not really doing because obviously he's going to play in the 10. I think we have to, bro. I think we absolutely have to. Bro, I agree, but this is the narrative, that's been kind of running around that we've not done much because obviously the World Cup they want to wait, and maybe Liverpool have got a couple of targets at the World Cup, who knows? But I don't think it's an excuse, if I'm being honest. And I think there's probably players that haven't been at the World Cup that we're going to sign. But honestly, I'm starting to get a bit pessimistic about the amount that we might bring through. I was still hoping we'd get at least 4 in, but I don't know. I really don't know, man. Thoughts on centre back? Yeah, bro, we need a centre back as well, man. But you know what I said when I think Chino asked me a couple of weeks ago. I said I think Liverpool would gamble on not signing a centre back if it meant they could get another forward in. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Hopefully, the whole Zabani thing's real, man, and that's something that happens. I think he's a good player. Obviously, Iraola's played with him, coached him before. But I swear someone told me that he's actually played way more games for PSG than we actually think. So I need to do a bit of research into that one. But I agree, man. We need a centre back. I want Virgil to prolong his career at Liverpool. Obviously, he might not sign another contract after this year, but Virgil deserves to go out on a high. We have to give him the best possible chance of winning something this season. And, he's not getting any younger. I think he can play at this level for at least another 2-3 years, similar to the way Thiago Silva did. Virgil's in that bracket, I think he's better than Thiago Silva, but I think we're doing him a disservice by not allowing him to rest, by not giving him a solid back line. So I think we will go for a centre back, but it's going to be one of those. They're going to hear the whole market opportunity thing. And like you said, man, Leone's still not fully recovered. So we can't just go into the season with Xhaka and Virgil as your only fit centre backs. Because like you said, Gomez, love him to bits, man, but he's always injured. Can't rely on him. You can't count on him to be one of your defenders going into a season. And that's the sad truth, man. I never heard of this guy, bro. You'll have to tell me about him. Yeah, I agree, man. I think Gakpo's going. I think Liverpool are playing it how they played the Diaz thing last season, where they said, he's not for sale, but it seemed like it was open-ended, whether it would be open to offers. So I think the same thing's going to happen with Gakpo. I think we'll get Barcola. I think Gakpo goes to Spurs or Bayern. And yeah, we kind of shake hands on that. And you know what? He's not a bad player, is he? He's just not a starter, man. Not at a club like Liverpool. I think at Spurs, he'd get away with some of the performances he's put in for us, but it's not his fault, man. He's not a starter, and we kind of, we messed it up last season by not replacing Diaz. But if Barcola was the one that we wanted all along, then it kind of makes sense why we've waited. Don't even gas me, man. Don't gas. But you know what I said yesterday? I think if Elise is for sale, Liverpool will want to be part of that conversation. The same way they were when Mbappe left Monaco. Whether we can afford him or not, obviously that's a different story. But you make exceptions for certain players. And obviously, Elise is one of those players that you got to make an exception for. If he's available for 150, 160, sometimes you got to do it, man. Like I think Liverpool would have broke the bank for Mbappe, regardless of, whatever. I can't remember how much he went to PSG for in the end, but sometimes you got to do it, man. Yeah, it's a shame he got injured, man. But I'm sure his injuries. I'm sure he's not out for as long as people kind of thought that he was going to be out for. And he covers two positions as well. He can play left back, play left centre back. I just don't see us doing it. Just because obviously, he's not going to pass the medical, is he? But I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that we keep an eye on and we come back for next season. But we're going to have to see. Zabani and Huijsen on loan, what option to buy? Do you think it's defensively solid enough? I know they're both very, very good on the ball. Do you think it? To be fair though, with a Xhaka, with a Leone, bro, that's very good depth, man. I just can't see us getting both. I think it would be one or the other. Obviously, Liverpool loved Huijsen, and they wanted him before he went to Madrid last year. We tried to get him signed before we signed Wirtz. That was kind of our priority signing. Maybe it was priority because they knew Real Madrid were interested. So who knows? We might go back in for Huijsen. Yes, bro. How you doing, man? You okay? Thanks for joining, brother. ITK faces something coming at 5, so we'll see. He's always been big on Gakpo rumors at Bayern. What time are we on now, boys? 25 minutes. 25 minutes, man. That's we'll wait and see then what he comes out with. Who knows? It could be the the Elise is up for sale. He was adamant last year though that Elise had a release clause. He probably doesn't, but like I said, man, he's fairly reliable for Bayern news. So obviously he milks it, and he glazes Liverpool. So obviously we give him a lot of time, but we'll see, man. Look who's in the house, man. Me and Sheen going live tonight, so I'm just getting I'm getting a warm up in. But yeah, man, shout out everyone that's joined, man. It's Sheen keeps telling me I've got to get some practice in, so this is what I'm doing, man. And I appreciate everyone that's joined. You know what I mean? Like it's we're getting there, man. We need a more experienced centre back. Yeah, I think so. And I think I actually said to Sheen last week that I just can't see. I think a lot of these centre backs that come in, they're going to want to play consistent minutes now, aren't they? So if you can go for someone that comes in as like a squad player, kind of how we signed Klavin in the past. I'm not saying that I want that level, but people were talking about Lacroix. Like I just don't see him coming to Liverpool if he doesn't think he's going to be starting week in, week out. We dropped 60 on Xhaka. Leone was 35. So I just don't see, I think it has to be a versatile option, or like you boys said, a loan option. As Zabani's he's a very good player, but I think it will be a PSG are going to want obligation to buy, and I think we'd be pushing for option to buy if the loan thing is true. Nah, I can't this year, man. To be fair, Sheen was he was trying to get me there, man, but I just can't this year. So hopefully next year, man. I'm guessing it's going to be Asia next year, isn't it? So hopefully the boys take me along, man. That'd be a good one, especially if it's like an Australia one. Australia would be a madness. Yes, bro. Thank you for joining, man. Huijsen would be a good one. I don't know about Zabani. Yeah, man. I think Huijsen would be the favorite, 100%. He's very good on the ball. I said yesterday to you guys, man, I'm so surprised that he moved to Madrid. I get it. I get why he moved to Madrid, but it's crazy, man. I think it's crazy that he even took that deal. Like, I think for a young defender, I just didn't see it going well. Like Madrid's it's not a place for young players to thrive, if I'm being completely honest. Whereas Barcelona would have been a better call. Look at Kabasi, man. Kabasi is killing it, and he's what, 19. He's a very, very special talent, man. Yeah, you keep saying this guy is funny. He knows all the hotspots of Wolverhampton, man, for food. So we're gonna have to do a little link up, man. Hot take, I'm taking Coutinho as a versatile attacking option. He's a free agent. I don't know if you're trolling me, man. I don't even know if you're trolling. I don't know, man. Bro, I've not seen this guy kick ball in about since he left Bayern. Like, that's wild, man. I need to see how he's been playing. I don't think his heart's in it anymore. You're looking at tickets for Chicago. You better go, man. I rate you, man. I rate you. If you can get there, you can get. I think you should go. It's going to be amazing, man. Listen, Liverpool. You know, I was thinking this earlier. I was washing up the dishes, like obviously because I got to wash the dishes before the wife gets home, and I was like, Liverpool have planned this so well in terms of, you know, the World Cup's going to finish and Liverpool are going to maximize, you know, that football fever that's going on in the USA right now. So it's a very smart move, man. So I'm actually looking forward to watching some preseason friends. Who's the first one? Is it Leeds or is it? Are we playing Wrexham as well? I'm sure we're playing Leeds. It could be, bro. It could be, but. Do you guys think that somebody would actually buy Szobaszlai? Like realistically, you know, a club that he wants to go to. You know, I'm not even trolling. You know, listen, he is a good player, but I always say, like, I just don't see who buys him. Like a Madrid. Do Madrid actually drop, you know, let's say 120 million on him? Could you see it happening? I mean, to be fair, they could, because they were willing to. You know, I'm kind of retracting my comments because they were willing to do it for Enzo. So who knows if they rate him highly enough? Yeah. Bro, I knew it, man. I should have known better. I should have known. I don't know why I entertained that comment, man. Bring back Fabinho and he gets still to enter our DM players. Bro, I don't know about that one, man. You know what? He actually looked all right for Brazil, but listen, we gotta leave the past in the past. Like, I love Fabinho. But I don't know. That's just like United buying Casemiro. Like, they kind of bought him at the end of his career. He had a decent, probably one season. He was all right for a few months last year, but who knows, man. Yeah, you guys like this player, innit? You guys like this player, man. Bro, I can't wait to see Rio and Abe, man. I think Abe's gonna get a lot of cup games this year, or, you know, he'll at least feature, you know, a couple of cameos here and there. But I'm so glad that we tied him down. I think that's another reason why Liverpool got rid of Slot in the end, because I think they were scared with the amount of academy players that were looking for moves, and they did not want to lose Josh Abe, man. Like, we couldn't afford to lose a talent like that. And everyone was lining up to sign him. You know, Madrid apparently wanted him, City, Chelsea. Like, there's no way you can lose that. So it's, you know, you got to protect the future as well. And it's scary that he's 15, he's turning 16. Who knows, man? It's crazy that Rio's still going to be, 21, 22 by the time the next World Cup comes around. If Rio makes that next England squad for the Euros, boy, I'm actually going to be supporting England for the next tournament. Sunderland first. Okay. Hopefully, man, I just want to see a good style of play, man. You know, from these games. You know, even though, to be fair, Liverpool didn't look too bad in pre-season last year. You know, nice one-touch football at times, but, you know, I just want to see the way. I just want to see that if he's managed to, you know, get his principles on the team from the start. It's going to be exciting, man. I don't see Madrid buying him with Valverde at the club. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't see him as a Real Madrid player, if I'm being honest. But who knows? I know a lot of people do. But I'm just glad that he signed his contract. Listen, he is a good player, regardless what, you know, people think of him, or, you know, how highly people rate him. I'm just glad that we're not going to lose him on a free transfer, and that was the last thing that we could afford to happen. Yeah, I think his time's done, man. You know, let Fabinho enjoy that Saudi lifestyle, man. You know, he's earned that, right? You know, he's won pretty much everything. He won everything with Liverpool. Sometimes the past left best in the past. I like Sangare, Steve. I'll be honest, man. I like him. I don't think this Wharton thing's over either, man. I got a sneaky feeling that the Wharton thing it could still happen. But who knows? It's just all quiet at the moment, man. And it's just I think this is why we're having to make guesses and we're trying to make educated guesses, But then we got linked with Jao Gomez, from a really reliable Brazilian journalist, and boom, we weren't really that interested. I think we may be inquired, but we must have other targets. Is he that good? Yeah, this Sonny Lamby. I need to watch more of him, man. I've only seen a couple clips on Twitter, but a lot of people rate him so highly. And you're saying he's better than Abe, or you rate him, you're more excited than Abe. I need to keep an eye on him. Yeah, I do agree with that as well, man. But I don't think we got the right profiles in midfield. It's weird. I think even that summer that we signed Szobaszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch, like it was still something missing from that three. I think as a three, I don't think they work. Even though we won the league with them, I still think something's missing, man. And I think it is just a DM, but obviously a ball playing DM, someone that's not just a destroyer. What does S-Shot know, man? S-Shot knows something about this Sangare thing. I hope so. I hope this one happens, man. I like him. Statistically as well, his numbers are ridiculous, man. Someone sent me some data comparing him to one of Kante's title-winning seasons, and it was up there. I know it's the French league, but I'm sure they finished second in the French league, didn't they? The team that he plays for. But it's definitely one, man, to keep an eye on. But I just wonder, would we not have got it done by now? That's my only thing. Sangare wasn't even at the World Cup, so why wouldn't we have got it done if if he's available? What do you guys think about that? Do you not think that we would have signed him? We kind of had 4 weeks to get it done. He's probably on holiday and shit, but yeah, you could be right. Yeah, we need to sell first. I think a lot does ride on this Curtis Jones thing. I just hope there's movement on it, to be honest. Yeah, I like Curtis Jones, man. I always say he splits opinion. I've never seen anything like it. The amount of opinion this guy splits, but he wants to go. I think the club are happy to sell him. They don't want to pay him any higher wages. If reports are to believe, Szobaszlai is already going to be touching 300. But Curtis Jones ain't going to want anything less than 200 or 250. So I don't think he's worth that. If we're being honest, I don't think he produces enough on the pitch. As much as I like him, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm starting to get worried about this as well. I think we're gonna struggle to find a buyer for Endo. I think because he's injured. I don't know how bad the injury is, but I can see him sticking around for another season, and we could do a lot worse, But I don't want him to stick around if it means that we're not going to sign another player. Chiesa's another one. I can see him being here just for depth, and because he runs a lot. Sometimes people just rate that, don't they? Do you find it funny how PSG won't pay for the that Diamande thing's weird, man. Can you imagine we go back in for him? Would you guys still want him if PSG can't get him? That's a tough one, isn't it? Or is it like a pride thing where you're saying, listen, nah, like you rejected us? It's just gone quiet. Everything's gone quiet, man. Like especially around Liverpool. But this Diamande one's weird. But I think it's good that PSG don't want to spend that money either, because I think we all thought that PSG might just blow us out of the water with money. But we're gonna see, man. I think it does happen, but I wouldn't be surprised as well if he stays on at Leipzig for another year. Yeah, realistically, that's what we should be doing, bro. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just got a feeling that at least two of them are gonna still be here next season. Swap him though. Yeah, he looks like a good player, man. I've watched a lot of him the last couple of weeks, just because people keep recommending him to me. And I did have a video ready to go, man, but I've messed up the editing. So I might do another one, but just profiling him. He's a good player, man. He has got Rodri traits. I can see it. And I'm annoyed that people told me that he plays like Rodri, because then you try and see it when you're actually watching it. But He is a good player, but I think he's another one. He might need time. He might need about half a season or a season to settle into the Premier League. He's not the quickest, but I will say this as well, man. I don't think you need to be quick in the Premier League. I've seen slow players, be effective in the league because they're so intelligent positionally. Players like Rodri, obviously, he's not fast, but he just knows where to be. Same with Fabregas. He was another one. Fabregas was class, by the way. I wanted Barcola more than Diamande. Yeah, you know what it is with Barcola, man? He's got that little bit more experience. I know people are worried about his output, but okay, if we look at the French league, apparently he got about 64, 65 GA over the last 2 years. So even if you discount 20% of those goals for it being the French league, he's still on about 55 or around about that much. So I think you could do a lot worse. The market stinks, man, as well. Like some of these players that people are mentioning, they are good players, but I don't think they're ready for a club like Liverpool right now. And I think that's what it is. And this is why Liverpool in a position now where they don't have to gamble on, potential. They can kind of get the close to as guarantee as possible. I like Lacroix, but would he come to Liverpool to kind of have like a rotational role? I think that's my only worry. That's a good question, That's a very good question. You know what? Let me do a bit more research into that one, man. That's a good question, though. And I think this is the thing, man. It's all about profiles now, isn't it? Like, where do people think Szobaszlai's best position is? But we're going to play in the pivot, so he is going to play in that pivot position. So he's going to be one of those players. Yeah, bro, and that's what I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why people are like got this high and mighty thing when it comes to Barcola. I don't know if they're just basing it on the Arsenal game in the final. Like, and I don't think that's fair. Like, anyone can miss a chance in a final. He's obviously got room for improvement. Like, we're not that stupid. I think where a lot of people are just trying to say he's shit, but you're not backing up why he's shit. Like, of course, he's shown that he can be clinical, but he's shown that he's going to miss chances. Mane used to miss chances, and so did Mo. Like, if we're being completely honest and being real, I think Mohamed Salah could have, his numbers could have been scary, and they were scary, but he probably could have got an extra, 10, 20% on top of what he got a season if he was a little bit more clinical, and I think that's scary. The positions that he used to pick up was wild, man. Like, and, he wouldn't finish every single chance he got. I need to look at Yildiz, man, because a lot of people talk about him. I know a lot of people love him. I need to do more research. And this is it, bro. I'll be honest, yeah. I put an El Mala comp on. I turned it off after 90 seconds. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it, man. He looks stiff to me. I don't know if it's just me, but maybe I need to be more fair and give him a chance. But he had 2 less GA than Diamande. And you know what? And that's the thing, innit? Like, fair play to him. I just don't see it. I just don't see how he fits in a Liverpool team. He looks a bit stiff when I'm watching him play. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Would that be your favorite if we didn't get Barcola? Would Almala be your go-to? Because I don't want to see him on the right, because I think Almala's a right footer, isn't he? Don's best position is left side of a 3-man attack. Do you think? I don't know. And this is the thing. Like, I got flamed in the comments last week for saying that I don't think he's elite in it. But and I asked everyone, I was like, tell me his best position. And I got 3 or 4 different answers. So I had one person tell me he's best on the left. I had one person telling me he's better in a 2-man pivot. I had one person saying, he's a right side of a 3. Like, but he's a good player, by the way. I'm not going to be overly critical, man. And he was definitely our best player last season. Oh, I think to fill numbers, man. I think to fill numbers, yeah. I think I would, if I'm being honest. But there wouldn't have been. That's some left field names, man. But you know what? To be fair, you probably are right, and that's probably like a Klavan kind of signing that I was talking about earlier. Someone that wouldn't expect to play every single game, but could come in and and do a job, because we do need depth, if we're being honest. Like, I don't see those 18-year-old kids that we signed last season playing much. They might play a couple of cup games, but I just don't see them being ready for Premier League games. Whereas these guys that you just mentioned, they probably could just come in and, if we got an injury, they could do a job. They can come on for the last 10 minutes, so Virgil can rest and, play our cup games. So it's not a bad shout, even though I laughed first. But yeah, man, it's a good shout, bro. Arsenal inquired again for Yildiz. But yeah, man, a lot of people like him. I need to watch more of Yildiz, man. Serie A is another one I just don't watch anymore. I used to watch a lot of it back in the day, but I just don't have the time for it. And obviously the quality is nowhere near as good as it was when I was growing up, man. Those Serie A teams were disgusting. They were so good. That was the best league, man, in the world. It's a great era. He has too much baggage as well. Is his mommy's agent? Have I got that right? Is this that player? And I heard about this as well, man. He's they're wanting to include his brother in the deal. You see players like that, man. It's not worth the headache. I'm sure there was who were we looking at before, man? And there was all these weird additions they wanted as part of the deal. Players like that, sometimes you got to stay away from them, man. I'm sure his mom's his agent. Was it Rabiot? Were we linked to Rabiot back in the day? And his mom was just a weirdo, isn't she? Like, I do love a bit of quality though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's decent. What's mad? I didn't even watch Turkey at the World Cup, man. I didn't watch them this year. I think I watched them in the last one when Arda Güler, I think he just started playing for them in the World Cup, innit? What are you telling me, my brother? Are you okay? Join us, man. Welcome. We don't need 10 players running like Usain Bolt. Yeah, I fully agree, bro. Like, I think too much is placed on running in the league, man. Like, if all you had to do to become a Premier League footballer was run, I swear, all I would have done for 5 years, man, or a summer, I would just learn to run 15 kilometers in an hour and a half, and I could have been a Premier League footballer. It's wild to me that people put so much emphasis on running. Of course you need runners. Players have to be able to run, especially in the Premier League. It's a physical league, but I think sometimes too much emphasis is put on it, man. Bro, she's strange. She's strange. Yeah, he's a baller. He's a baller, man. He's only 15 as well, innit? So, a lot of comparisons to Gerrard. I just hope that, he kind of gets room to grow. But, from what everyone's saying, man, he's going to be playing way above his age grade. So he's definitely one to look out for. And that's a bad boy name as well, That's a sick name. Bro, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. I was actually listening to him last week, I swear, man. He's actually the GOAT. What's your opinion on Barcola? Do you think he has the potential to become a world class? Yeah, I don't see why not, man. Like, look at his numbers. And he's doing it in a team when he's kind of coming in and out. Like, it's not like he's consistently a starter. Obviously, they prefer Kvara, Doué, Dembele to be the players for, the big games. But, he comes in, he rotates, he does a job, and he contributes. And what I like about him, he links up so well with, his teammates. He's not selfish. There were times in that game the other night when he probably could have passed. But, his chance creation is really, really good. Like, I don't think he sees himself as the main man. He sees himself as a team player. We see it with the work he does off the ball as well. So I don't see why he can't become world class, and I just don't see why it's not going to be at Liverpool, to be honest with you, bro. I don't think he's going to score 60, have a contribution of 65 GA over 2 seasons at Liverpool. But even if he gets close to that, man, that's a success for me. But I think he'll become world class. What do you guys think, man? Like I said, I think he's a team player. I think you need that. Like, of course, we like individuals as well, but he'll do a job. Like, he's not scared to lay the ball off to somebody else that's in a better position. And, him, Isak, and one more, that could be a crazy front three, man, with Wirtz behind them as well. I'm not ready to write Florian Wirtz off just yet. Yeah, I would, man. Even though he's got, obviously, we had that little rivalry with City over the years. I'd take him. You could do a lot worse than John Stones when he's experienced, but he's another one, man. He does get his injuries in it, but his wages will probably be a bit mad, but I think it's not a bad signing. Nah, bro, nah, I haven't. You know what? Even Asim was saying though, he's just like it's hard to get news at the moment. You know, there's not many. Everyone's keeping the cards close to their chest this year. Like I think even a lot of the journals are struggling to get real news. So we'll see how it goes in it. But it's but look how quiet it was for 2 weeks after the whole Diamande deal fell through. We didn't hear anything. Even our journals didn't speak about it really. I think the most we're hearing from is like Ben Jacobs, Alex Crook, Lewis Steele. Everyone else. The main patch journals, they've been so quiet, and it's Fabrizio that's given us hope, especially with the whole Barcola thing. Hamza, shout out, man! Thanks for coming through, bro. I hope you're good. Bro, I said at the start, man. I said I got a feeling Messi's gonna go back to back. I got a feeling, man. I really do. I think he's gonna lift 4 trophies in a row. Do you know how crazy that is? And this Argentina team, they're not. You wouldn't say they're going to go down as the best team of all time, but bro, these guys would die on the pitch for this guy, man. So it's I can see them doing it. I think Spain obviously will score, but I think Messi's got one more crazy thing in him, man. Bro, I want Munoz to get some minutes. He needs some minutes, man. I want to see him on the pitch. Like he might win the World Cup without even kicking a football. Do you know how crazy that is to me? Yeah, bro, I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I said that McAllister's legs are gone. But who knows? We don't actually know. And some people don't think he's even played that well. I think he's been good. I think he's been good at the World Cup. But I was 100. I'll hold my hands up, man. I was one of those that said his legs are gone last season. But he wasn't the quickest player anyway, was he, man? But like I said, if he stays this season, that's calm, man. For Isak to cook, Iraola needs to play 4-3-3. I don't know, man. When the few games that him and Vert started to play together, he was. They looked like they had a good little link up. Stones played for Everton. Yeah, I know. I hear that. But it's. I don't think he supported Everton. Wasn't he from like Barnsley or somewhere? Did he play for Sheffield? Yeah. See, this was always crazy to me, man. Like no one ever mentioned it. Like it's wild. It's wild, man. Right, boys. I'm gonna go in 5. So get some questions in, man. Would I do a panel show? Yeah, 100%, bro. I've said from the start, like I would actually be cool to like invite people up here, even if it's like a call-in show or if people want to actually join and just talk. Like, I'm 100% down for that. So, yeah, I'd actually be up for it, man. But obviously, I do my shows with BNR. Like, I'm going live with Cheen tonight. I think at 10. But oh yeah, I'll wait for the space. I'll wait for the space news, man. Someone put it in here, please, when you get a chance, or I'll get up on my phone. Dragon Wolves joins, bro. You've come, man. You come right at the end. we're gonna see what this news is, man, and then I'm gonna shoot out. Gotta go out with the missus for a little bit. Where's the Steve? Steve loves his curry, man, innit? Yeah. If you go on my YouTube bio, my Twitter stuff's in there. So just drop me a message, and yeah, I'll chat to you on the DMs. Oh, bro, he's not even dropped the news yet. Breaking news: FSG are still monitoring players. Oh yeah, before I forget as well, man, guys, like, share, subscribe, do all that for me, man. I'm on the road to 1,000. I just hit 202, so we got a long way to go. But we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Has he still not dropped it? See you at 5 p.m. Yeah, it's 5:01, bro. He's taking his time. He's taking his time, man. I'm at 2:04. Yes, man. Slowly growing, bro. Slowly growing. Therefore, appreciate you guys obviously joining as well, man. Because like I said, I'm trying to get used to going live. What do you think? What do you guys think is going to happen for the final? Talk to me, man, about the final on Sunday. Obviously, not Liverpool related, but who you got? You guys all back in Spain? Last question. Predict the rest of the window. Honestly, bro, my S-Shot knows, man. I flip flap literally every day. Every time I'm on stream, I say something different, man. Two forwards. I think we still can do 5, man. I think we can. I just think maybe it's unrealistic. Maybe it's unrealistic, man. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? I changed my mind though. Like I think the other day I was saying 4 because I was being pessimistic. But it could be. I think we could do 5, but I think it's possible. It's a lot's going to depend on outgoings as well. Yeah, I definitely need to get some more LFC stuff, man, for the back. So I've got a lot of books here at the moment. I've got some vinyls. I just got my Liverpool flag on the fireplace. I definitely need to get some more stuff for the room. Yeah, and it's this guy that could be the decider, man. It's not the forwards. It's how does Rodri play, and you know, at this point in Messi's career, I think Rodri could lock him down, and there's no shame in that because Messi's 39 in it, so it's there's a very high chance of it happening. Yeah, that space needs to come, man. My guy, man. Yeah, I think Messi does it. Man. Back-to-back World Cups. He's done back-to-back Copa Americas, 4 in a row, man. That'd be a wild. He may as well retire at that point, man. But he's enjoying himself in Miami, innit? Yeah. Boys, I am gonna shoot. Thank you all for joining me, man. We just done over an hour, and I appreciate it, man. So yeah, I'm gonna be on BNR tonight anyway. Obviously, I'm there every Thursday. And then yeah, hopefully we get some breaking news today or tomorrow. But yeah, come over tonight, man, and I'll see you there. So I appreciate you guys, man.